Beautiful it is to be alive, to be or not to be. 'Tis the question whether 'tis nobler to suffer the string than arrows. I don't know how it goes. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Daily Sigh. So grateful to and for you. I hope you have had an extraordinary day. I hope all of your dreams have come true and everything you've ever wanted has happened. All of your goals have been accomplished, etc., etc. It feels like I'm buying time. It's because I am. And I see. We're now live on Instagram. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily Sigh. Today is Wednesday, May the 13th. My name is Qasim. I am your host for this evening. I go live every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern, and to the very best of my ability, I give you everything that I think matters in the world across AI, markets, policies, entrepreneurial news, etc. Speaking of entrepreneurial news, shall we dive in to what's going on for today before I introduce my illustrious guest, who also happens to be my business partner and my very best friend? SAP unveils 200 plus autonomous agents at Sapphire. Interesting news story given the topic for today. That's called an open loop. PitchBook says AI venture funding hits $255 billion in Q1. Who cares? Stripe rolls out agentic commerce primitives. Stripe is launching wallets for agents and a machine payments protocol. This allows AI agents to buy and sell autonomously. This lowers the friction for AI native revenue models, interestingly. Altman testimony reveals Musk demanded 90% equity and control. Makes sense. LinkedIn launches AI hiring agent for SMBs. Uh-oh. NFIB small business optimism stable for quality concerns persist. 18% of owners cite labor quality as their top problem despite stable optimism. All right. Family offices increased direct private equity. And I think we did it. Those are the news. Nothing really special happened that day. I hope my counsel will correct me if I'm wrong about that, by the way. It doesn't look like anything happened on my end. But if you all saw something happen, I would love for you to let me know. And why don't we invite the council to the call? And let's see who we've got. Some of the usual suspects. Neil McSpadden, the tax Sherpa, goes live every Friday. Go check that out. Brandon, brilliant SEO. So glad he's here. Elliot, Steve, Josh, Stacy, Yvonne, of course, Daniel, Jason, Croft, Lee, and Curtis, a new face, I believe. Daniel, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here, man. Is this your first time on the Psy?
First time, yes, sir.
I'm glad you're here. How'd you find us, and what's your superpower?
What's my superpower? Um, Connecting the dots across many different fields. And I was in the school since the beginning, so that's how I found it.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, I'm glad you're here. If you're watching this live, you can always come and join us on the Zoom. The way Daniel just did, just go to dailysigh.ai. If you want these summarized and sent to your inbox, you can go to dailysigh.ai and get a daily and or weekly summary. And now, without further ado, our guest for the evening is Yvonne Boonin. Yvonne started as my VA, became my EA, became our tech lead, became our CTO, managed an 8-figure exit, and then became my business partner and is my best friend. Yvonne and I own 3 businesses together. He's the CEO of Pareto Talent, which just crossed $3 million in gross revenue. And I found out paid out $1 million in salaries to people in emerging nations. Super proud of that. He and I own Architects Together, which is AI enablement company. It's an agency, and he hates it, but we love it. And we own
I
the
love
Vibe
it.
Coding Incubator together, which is the largest vibe coding incubator in the world, incidentally, with 5,000 members. And today he's going to teach us what?
Second brain.
Nice. We
Let's,
also
yeah.
happen to have a workshop going on tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think today we'll touch on that because I'll need like a bit more time to
Like a
actually show that.
teaser
But
trailer.
I would, yeah, I would love to discuss the importance of that and then show more or less how I use it and what I have.
I love it, man. Well, the floor is yours. Council, if you have questions for Yvonne, feel free to drop them in a chat. He's a seasoned pro and veteran. There's nothing he doesn't know. Try to break him. And yeah, man, I'm excited to have him
Awesome.
here.
Yeah, thanks so much for the intro. Yeah, if you can like in chat just put who has some sort of the second brain, or how do you keep track of the things that you have and so on. Because I found out that a lot of people have all the different use cases for that, and I want to see how you guys do that. Like I used to be now you're Claude Obsidian. I used to be veteran on notebooks, but the problem with the notebooks is that it lives just on the paper. And our idea is to be able to share it with the team. It used to be. And now the main idea is to be able to share it with AI. Because the most important thing that AI can have is context, is being able to provide AI with enough information so it will be able to take the right decision based on the information that it has access to, based on your goals, based on your context that you have for your company, for your life, for what is important to you. And we are working in Proto Talent with more than 100 entrepreneurs, and all of them have all sorts of things going on. And it happens that we are placing executive assistants, and the main thing that they need is context, is knowing what you need help with, is knowing like what can I do for you, and so on. So over the last 2 years, we were trying to figure out a way on how we can provide this context without entrepreneurs feeling like they have more work on their plate. Because your assistant, you just hire someone, they come to you and say, hey, yeah, what can I do? And you feel like you just got more work. And if you, again, hired before, then probably that's what you expected. But what if you take somebody in and they already know who you are, what you do, what are your projects, what is important right now, what is pending, what emails you got, what calendar events they need to reshuffle for you, who canceled Stripe subscription that you got, etc. That's the idea of the second brain, somebody who understands you immediately. And there is 2 layers of that. One layer is the personal, another layer is the company-wide, right? Because my personal brain is only accessible to me right now, and the company one accessible to everyone in the team. So we can try to cover both, and I can show you around. I see a lot of answers about the Obsidian and Claude. Here's what Obsidian kind of become like to me. It became like a visualization and navigation tool. Obsidian used to be the note-taking tool, like you would just open that, cross-link everything and just dump everything in, clip information and so on. Like in my experience, it's not anymore. In my experience, I interact with Claude. I populate information in Claude, and then I let Claude to decide on where to put it and how to navigate it. So let me show you around like what I got, how I have it structured, and then we can cover a little bit more on the actual infrastructure for all of this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is my Obsidian for the company, and then I have a separate one for myself. So this is just a fancy graph where, again, it shows everything. The core idea of all of this is to have the whole structure built out and cross-linked the information. The problem that I had with Obsidian, now that I know that I have ADHD, I never could sit down and take notes and then cross-reference. I never had enough patience and enough dedication to do that. I would rather just, again, throw the information in and then try to figure out what I did in there. What Claude does and what Claude helps me to do is to bridge this gap and cross-link the patterns and figure out ideas. So if I dive deeper, majority of the things in here are all of my calls that I have throughout the last 2 years. All of my calls are recorded with Phantom, and I have a quick automation in an A10 that pushes all of them in my Google Drive. And the whole infrastructure, the whole vault for the Obsidian lives in my Drive. So whenever you have your Finder, let me do it here. Let me stop sharing for a second. Let me restart it. So you can go ahead and install Obsidian directly in your shared Google Drive or your personal Google Drive that you have access to. So I had downloaded the Google Drive, and in here I have all of the structure, but I haven't created a single folder in here. The way I've done this is that I created an onboarding prompt. We'll be releasing that all tomorrow on the workshop. And I'm not sure, Kasim, if you're giving people access for free or anything, but yeah.
I think that's
Um,
up to you, dude. Can we give people access for free?
we can talk about that. We can see on the engagement side. So I wrote the whole like onboarding prompt that allows Claude to understand who you are and how to structure that. So it will ask you like, what are the companies that you own? What is important for you in life? Who are the people that you interact with and so on. So then it creates this structure, or here is my like personal one, right? So and then it goes ahead and it creates all of the people that I interacted with or I know based on the calls, based on the emails, based on the Slack, based on the contracts, based on the documents that I provide in here. So whenever I have a new booking confirmation inside of booking.com or something like that, I send it to myself in PDF format. Claude reads that, finds that, okay, my wife isn't there. So it goes ahead, links it to my wife, links it to my kid, links it to passport number. And then I have everything available immediately for me. So it's in here, right? And that's the idea that was missing before in any sort of like second brains, because if you had enough time to do it yourself, you're probably not an entrepreneur. Because again, you just way too much time, way too much maintenance to even like keep all of that, right? So now that I have all of the calls, I populated all of them, I populated all of the SOPs, and I didn't populate them directly in here. Where I populated them is inside of my Claude itself, right? So let me show you. I think it's actually here, yeah. So this is my initial like prompt, right? Where I have everything that I need for Claude to be able to build it. So I give it the full context and ask it to help me out to structure where I need to have everything live. And then it indicated what are the resources that I need to populate. So then it's just a matter of me jumping in and finding all of the different calls that I need to upload, all of the different PDFs and so on, which go directly in here, which go directly in your Claude, right? I'm not sure if we want to go through like any setup or if we want to go through the Q&A, because as I understand, a lot of people here are using similar structures. So I'm wondering if it makes sense for us to go through the whole thing first, like how to build it, or do we want to go into nitty-gritties and just talk more?
Brendan says 8 minutes in and my brain hurts.
Yeah,
I'm curious, from the council, well, let's give Yvonne a little direction. What would be of value to y'all? How would you like him to explain? Like, do you want to see the technical setup? Do you want to see more kind of the philosophical approach, how he uses it? Jacob.
Yeah, I think maybe going into how you keep the wiki links in Obsidian, how you make it connect. It sounds like you're using Claude to do that.
Yeah.
But, have you had any issues with that? Have you figured
No.
out ways to make it work better? What's the benefits of using that? Like go into because I think Brandon, you haven't used Obsidian before, and that's the one thing about it is it uses wiki links to tie everything in together, very similar to how our brain works. But I would love to see more because the phone call thing has been a massive unlock for me so far. Haven't even clicked that in my head, so that's huge.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Obsidian many times. I've just kind of stayed native to like Apple notes and reminders, and it's really and folder structure, right? And I haven't even dived in yet to Claude's full folder structure. I'm also signed up for the class, but I'm going to be doing, next week's, but I'm going to watch the replay that you're going to do, Ivan. I think you just emailed me right before the call. I appreciate that. So I'm really intrigued with that is if like Obsidian is necessary. I've also like watched a lot of like Qasim, your videos at the bottom, the 3 that you have on Pareto after signing up for it. Right. So it's really necessary, and also preparing for like getting an EA and kind of removing myself. So yeah, I really want to know what's the best practice for doing this right, and should I have Obsidian and kind of pull it all together.
Yeah, okay. Let me dive into that. So if you have less than 1 gigabyte in Markdown, you shouldn't worry about any advanced data sets, rags, and stuff like that. So my whole Obsidian is like 100 megabytes of Markdown files. So Markdown files, if you haven't interacted with AI, Markdown is how AI can read it best. So it's the plain text, but with a bit of structure, basically. That's what it is. It has its own like hashtags, how to bold things and so on. So AI can understand it better. So the idea in here is that I throw in the inside of the Claude, and this is something that I have in Claude.md file, that Claude written for it by itself. That each time I upload files in the chat, it goes ahead, it populates them in the right folder first, the original, and then creates the markdown version that is just the OCR version of the same document. And then in this markdown version, this is where it adds headers, and this is where it adds wiki links. So it basically marks like, what is the topic, what did we discuss, who are the people that it was able to recognize, and so on. Here's what it doesn't do by default, and this is what you don't want to do, to be honest. You don't want it to go ahead and start like cross-referencing it everywhere and cross-linking it automatically. Because each time you will be doing that, your computer will be like flying around. I have a separate MacBook stand-in that does that, so it's like for bigger things. The way I'm doing that, let me show you. And this is Jacob to answer your question about the in wiki links, etc. So I have a separate chat that I run from time to time where I go ahead and tell, hey, like I want you to go ahead and interlink everything. So I build the structure, uploaded all of the files. Now it goes ahead and analyze, okay, there's like 2,200 files in business and all of this like 2,200 transcripts from Fathom itself. So this is the biggest context for me. It knows like freaking every word I mentioned in the last 2 years because I'm all day on calls. And then it goes ahead and starts interconnecting and linking everything. And it takes, again, in my case, it took maybe an hour. And that's why you want to do it in Claude Code. So it will be doing it autonomously and cross-linking everything. So it understands, again, what is related to architects, what is related to VC Inc., what are the other companies in here. Then it goes ahead and populates type everywhere, what is the exact project, and so on. That's how you build this more advanced structure. And this is, to be honest, what you need in order for AI to be able to comfortably read these masses of data. Because now each time it checks a markdown, it just needs like the top line, understanding what it's about. And if no, it skips it, it goes through. So it doesn't need to load the full context, understand it, and then proceed, right? That's what allows it to interlink it. I'm using Obsidian specifically for that purpose. So I can do these wiki links, I can do this context windows and so on. It basically goes through your files and populates all of the topics. I wouldn't even be able to navigate it to be honest. Oh, here we go, topics. So it populates all of the different topics in here, helping you to understand, okay, Pareto OS Lounge. This is the topic that I got, and this is the linked SOPs. Then these are all of the calls where I mentioned this, where we even talked about that. And that's the unlock. Because now AI doesn't need to analyze 2,200 transcripts every single time. You do this work once, categorize your transcript, categorize your information, and then AI, whenever you mention this, okay, it goes through the topic, goes into this file, and immediately pulls 20 calls that you talked about that. Same goes with people. That's something like I use it in my personal. It's better in there. Let me do that one. Okay, so same one goes through with people, where you basically have all of the, like in here I have all of the passports, all of the documents, like my whole life is in here. Where it goes through, finds the people, and then can tell you exactly what were the calls that you took with them. So Bree is our talent success manager. Here, it goes ahead, populates everything that it knows about her, and throws it in here. I can show you like something really cool as well. Caro, I need the call, the file of Carolina here. Because I found it out the other day. So, here, some time ago, I asked Caro, or she actually mentioned it in Fathom, that she would be willing to babysit my son. AI found this in a transcript. And then whenever I had a problem with babysit, I was going to Buenos Aires, and I had a problem that I couldn't find like who could babysit. So AI, as it was planning my trip, it found the recording where Caro mentioned it and told me, yeah, message Caro. She mentioned that she can babysit for you. And then again, it links to the Buenos Aires trip. I go in here, and then in here, it goes ahead and it shows me my whole, everything that like planned it for me. So that's the idea of cross-linking, because now you can link topic to person to trip to passport information to everything, and all you need from AI is just like tell it what you is that you are going to build, right? So this is the second brain. Any additional questions? Or I can show the basics for those of you that never used it. I can show the basics how to get started. It's pretty easy, and I can drop you the onboarding prompt if you want, because that's something that I've developed for tomorrow, but we can do an early release for custom guys.
A sneak peek, you say?
A sneak peek.
I got a quick question, Ivan.
Yeah. Wait.
If you don't mind, I know you said questions like a couple seconds
No,
ago.
please.
How much of the structure did you put in place in Obsidian, or did you let Claude do it? Because it looks very structured. I just don't know if is that all done manually first?
Yeah. No. So this is what I call the onboarding prompt. Let's run this together. Let me show you all how to do that. So you will be able to do the basics. And again, tomorrow we are running this thing. We can do like the whole build out. I'm not sure, Kasim, again, what you want to do. You decide. I'm fine if you want to give it away for free to your guys who show up live. Then we can do that. Because there is 100 people who paid $97 right now, and I don't want to screw them over.
Yeah, we would be rewarding the people that show up live. How do we do that, Yvonne? Is there a promo code? Can I do it with Zoom?
There is a promo code. I created it before time.
Wow, Yvonne has a promo code. So let's drop it into the private Zoom chat. If you're watching this live and you want to come into Zoom, please go to dailysigh.ai and join our free forever community. We will be rewarding those of you who sign up live with a free promo code to attend the workshop tomorrow, which is a $97 value. You're welcome.
Where do you want? I will send it to you in iMessage, and you decide what you want to do.
You can just drop it into the Zoom chat. Nobody else is seeing this.
Okay, here we go. This is the promo code, and here is the link where you can add this. So tomorrow we are running a full 2-hour session on that, and this is the first time we are running this because I feel like we for the first time cracked the code. So if you think that it's again valuable, then tomorrow we'll show you how to build a full thing. Okay, let's go ahead and do this quickly. And again, I'll be doing it more in depth tomorrow. So here is what we need. And I wouldn't be dropping that in here. Okay, 1 second. Google Drive. Okay. So if you are a Google user, then it's good for you. If you're not, then you need to become a Google user. So I do that in Google Drive. There is multiple reasons for that. I recommend you to go ahead and download. So not just have Google Drive, but download Drive for your device, right? For MacBook or for PC. You need this on your machine. So you will be able to connect code to this comfortably. So it will be able to run kind of locally, but kind of on cloud, if you understand. Here is the hack for you. And this is what I highly recommend you. Don't install this on your company profile or on your free Gmail. There is multiple reasons for that. So if you ambitious and you want to sell the company, then you will not have your Google profile anymore. And ask Kasim more about that, because Kasim lost 12 years of data that he had in his Google profile. So that's why you don't want to do it on corporate if you're doing personal one, right? Why do you want to free Gmail? Because it's free and you kind of don't own anything. So it can go away, but it kind of never did, but that's why I'm not doing that this way. The way I've done this, I went ahead and I purchased ivanbunin.com domain, and I registered a $8 Google Workspace profile on this, so it's mine. It's only mine, no one can take it away from me, and so on. Right, so this is how I recommend you to do. If you don't have your personal domain, buy your personal domain, have Workspace under there, and that's it, right? So we download Google Drive first, and in our Google Drive, depends on how you structure that. Let me open that. So depends on how you structure that. You can either do it in My Drive, or if you want your team later on to have access to that, use shared drive. So if you're building one for the team, then do it here. And then in here, I have our Pareto OS, and this is where the whole structure lives for me, right? Right now, we are not building any structure. Right now, we just downloading Google. Next thing, I recommend you to download Obsidian. It's not required by any means, so you don't have to have Obsidian. It still will work just fine. But because Obsidian already figured out an infrastructure and cross-linking and everything else, it's very easy for us to explain Claude on how to cross-link everything, how to structure it. right? Because there is a lot of documentation and Claude can navigate it very easily. That's the second thing you need. The third thing you need is the Claude desktop. So you need to have Claude on your computer. And I won't go into like detail on how to install Claude Code in the terminal and what do you need to use. I will just use Claude Code desktop. So just on the desktop UI, and that's it. So like the super direct version basically of that. If you can do more advanced, then you'll be able to move faster, right? So we need these three things. Now, next thing you need is this. I will share the link in chat. So this is the onboarding prompt that I built out. This onboarding prompt allows Claude to understand how to structure file structure for you. So it has like this part. This is where it basically explains everything. And then you will have a set of questions divided in sections about who you are, what is your business, other professional commitments, who are your favorite people, and where your tools data live, and some more personal context about you, right? So I'm sharing this link in here. We will need this just in a second. Yeah, as you can see, I never shared it with anyone yet. Okay. So here you go. For Claude, if you don't have a paid Claude, it won't work. You need to have Claude Pro. Right. Okay. Yeah, the coupon code that I provided is for 100% off. So I'm not sure what's the deal with this, like 00. If you want, I can like share some other link where a customer can provide me email.
Yeah,
email
we'll
list.
figure out. We'll just drop it in the. We have a private WhatsApp community for people to show up live. So everybody, I'll drop it in the WhatsApp community.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we have this prompt and we have Obsidian and Google, here's what we will do. We will go to Finder in here, and you would open your Google Drive that you downloaded. It will look like something like this, right? So ensure that you're in correct profile, and then you can open your folders and you will see what you got in your Google Drive. So in this Google Drive, what I will do, I will create a new folder for myself. Under my drives, I will create a folder and I will call it Second Brain 3, right? And this is where empty and there is nothing there. So here's what we do next. We go back to our prompt that we created. We go now to Claude Code. So you open your Claude and in the top you navigate from chat to cover to code in here. And now where it says code, this is why we wanted it to be on Google Drive. So we will be able to click in here and open a new folder in which this session will live. So now I can go into my drive. Is it? Yeah, it's Pareto one. This is personal one. So here and here, right? Second Brain 3, open. So it's empty and I'm moving straight into the bypass permissions. So if you live dangerously, go for that at your own risk. Usually I have, again, separate laptop for that. Now, in here, I just go ahead and paste the prompt. Did I share? I shared the link. Okay, perfect. So I go ahead and share the paste the prompt, and in here you don't need hand this to attendees here. So up until here you don't actually need. So we will only copy from here. You are the second brain architect, right? That I will remove as well. Person last advisor. Okay. Okay. This is the file structure, output, source materials checklist. Okay. And final reminders. Okay, that's fine. Let's go through and paste that. You can paste the whole file. It can just like ask you a couple of questions before that. Like, what do you want me to do? Okay, so it first checks the memory, but there is no memory, so it will be pretty quick. Okay, and now it will start you with the onboarding for all of this. So my name is Ivan Bunin. I'm right now located in Uruguay, in Montevideo. My primary professional identity, I'm a founder of a couple of companies. Main ones are Pareto Talent, Architects, and VC Inc. .ai. My single biggest professional focus right now is to get Pareto Talent to 1,000 accounts, to have 1,000 entrepreneurs working with 1,000 right hands. So I just dictate it. You don't need to number it. You don't need to do all of that. AI will be able to understand it. Next, we will go into the section 2, which is a bit more about our companies. It will go ahead, create some memory, so it will remember that. Yeah, so I'm using Whisperflow for my dictation. And if you never used any of these tools, it will be mind-blowing to you. So in Whisperflow, I have, a couple of books written basically in here. So I've done a lot in this. Now, some businesses, right? Okay, so company number 1 is Pareto Talent. My role in there is CEO. Industry is professional services / consulting / staffing agency. Team size, internal team is about 10 people, but we have more than 300 assistants. Revenue stage is 3 million plus annual revenue, more or less. I will start with one company. Let's see if it will probably, yeah, okay. Let's do only architects for now. Let's move to the next section. Oh, sorry, let's do only Pareto. Okay. Now, other professional commitments. So this is, again, we have a ton of entrepreneurs who are in all sorts of charities and stuff. So we'll play that in here. So I'm not sitting on any boards. I work with a couple of units in Ukraine for a charity. And I am a part of Delegation Mastermind. I'm a part of Vibe Code Incubator community. And we can keep them as is right now. Kasim is my main mentor and simultaneously business partner in Pareto Talent and Architects and VC Inc. as well. Okay, now we continue with that. This is why, again, this is so important. This is why it will work. This is why you don't want template, because my template will not work for you. You have completely different life, completely different structure, right? So that's why you want to go through this onboarding. So this will be actually customized for you. So you will have something that works regardless of like how many companies you have or what you do in life, right? Okay, now as for the people, some main people is Marika Berisha in Pareto Talent. She's a head talent success manager. It's Amparo Linares, who's my executive assistant. It's Carolina Tanoa, who is our talent success manager as well in Pareto Talent. It's Kasim Aslam, who's my business partner. It's Nuna Tavares, who's my business partner. It's Kayla Love, who's my business partner as well. In personal life, it's my wife Ksenia and my son Lev. Okay, we'll see who pays the Fathom link for the fastest right now. I know, I will see the affiliate link that no one has. Wait a moment. I will show you how to spice everything up. Here, Kasia Maslam. Kasim, this is the first time. This is your new
that sounds like a meal.
Kasia Maslam. Okay, once you confirm Kasim. Okay, Kasim.
I don't know where to find my Fathom affiliate link.
You're slow.
I know.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Now, I'm telling you. Section 5 is your tools and your data. So for the email, I'm using Gmail. I have Gmail for every company, and I also have a personal Gmail under ivanbunin.com. For calendar, I use Google Calendar, and my primary Google Calendar is paretotalent.com. File storage is shared Google Drive. team chat, we use Slack. For the meeting calls, we use Google Meet primarily. For project management, we have ClickUp for Pareto Talent and ClickUp for architects that are separate. For CRM, we are using Go High Level for all of them. And for meeting recording, we are using Fathom. Okay. So there is one more source. So this will cover 75% of your life if you're an entrepreneur. It will know 75%. What is the 25% that it won't know? Whatever happens offline. And for that, you can bridge this gap as well by getting one of these. This is OMI pendant. This is AI pendant that you wear on yourself that records everything that you say. And the cool part with OMI pendant is that you can link it directly inside of your Google Drive. So it will be able to, it knows my pillow talk as well. OMI knows that because I don't take it off. So I have it on myself all the time. So all of your offline recordings will be still captured with that. You still will be able to find it. And then it looks something like this in your Google Drive, and it can be populated directly in your second brain. So each time I say something, it goes in here and populates exactly what I said. It can distill all of that. It can help you again to structure that, and you have an automation that populates all of this in here, right? So that's the other source that you can populate directly in your second brain. So now that we answered that, the last question, significant nonsense, just yes on each. I just moved from the US and sold everything that I have. I don't own anything and I'm proud of that. Major life context, yeah, I relocated from United States to Uruguay 2 months ago. I'm trying to grow all the companies right now, and one of the reasons that I relocated is to grow Pareto Talent. So I have a foothold here in LATAM, and I can go to Buenos Aires at least a couple times a month. Okay. Okay, and if you want an affiliate link to OMI that will give you something off, I can send it to you in chat.
It's really why we launched this call, so we could.
Yeah. It's affiliate show in here.
Like straight up clickbait. We've been catfished.
Like 10 people in a Zoom room at a time, and like you will be rich eventually.
Yeah, $7 a pop from Fathom and $2 a pop from OMI or something.
Yeah. I would sell high level. If I had to play affiliate game, I would be high level only.
You talk about an order bump. I've never seen an order bump like this, right?
Dylan, no, create workshop that uses all of my affiliate links. That's funny. Dude, we actually should do it in the workshop. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't just get free Fathom.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for it. Here's the link for the OMI pendant. All of the Pareto Talent clients, we send it to them. Like from now on, we send it to them for free. I just sent the first one to to Jamie. I think he might be tomorrow on the mastermind as well. Okay, let's continue. We are almost done with the setup here, with the basic setup. Now, morning brief preferences. So in morning brief preferences, you can preset up it in here, but I will just keep it. So I will press keep it for now because we'll do something different. Now that it will know what you got, now that it will know you, it will go ahead and start building out the structure, and the structure will be already Claude Code and Obsidian friendly. So the way it will structure it, it would allow you to quickly connect Obsidian and already have it going, right? Okay, so output number one is the folder structure, and as you can see again, first context, so it knows who you are, what's your current focus, what are the popular words that you say, like jargon, accounts, morning brief instructions. Then my companies, in this case, it didn't create, like usually when I onboard everything, it creates companies or business tab, business folder, and then in there it lists folders underneath it. Then people that you know, and then it goes ahead and create everyone here. Then charities, then communities, it goes ahead and populates everything here. Then a file templates that it populated in identity and your morning brief instruction and the people template. And now all we need, this is the front matter. This is what Obsidian needs in order to quickly read the files. And this is what helps Claude so much. Because now whenever it just opens the file, in the first 5 lines, it understands what it is. It doesn't need to dive much further. And what ties it all together is your Claude.md file that will be created automatically in every folder, in every subfolder. So whenever Claude goes into the subfolder, whenever it researches some information for you, it reads Claude.md and understands where it is. So this is your file-based RAG database, basically, if that makes sense. Instead of having embedded chunks of information from different places, it has Claude.md in subfolders. So it uses subfolders for the navigation. Now, want me to actually create a folder structure and 2 open questions. Okay. Yes, go ahead and push this folder structure in the folder that I gave to you. And as for the units, this is military units. And as for the customer's last name, it's Aslam. Okay, now here is our second brain folder, remember, that we created? This is the folder that is connected to Claude. Now we just give it some time and it builds out our perfect structure. Here it is.
Dude, can I just say something?
Yeah.
I'm seeing people sign up for the workshop using your promo code that aren't on this call.
Yeah.
Which means
that aren't?
That are not. Which means somebody shared the freaking promo code outside.
Or I flagged it.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of whoever's here, and anybody who used the promo code is not here. I'm gonna kick out.
I'm turning.
Yeah, kick him out. No bueno.
Yeah, that pisses me off beyond no repair.
I turned it off, so no one else will be able to turn it. Okay, so as I showed you, now we have our full structure already here. So our folder structure isn't here. Now all we need to do is to populate it. Now we need to enhance it. Now we need to make it what it is, right? So for example, let me figure out 1 second. It's very hard not to spoil way too many things. For example, if you have any SOPs, any documents, like I have uploaded all of my company formation documents, operational agreements, all of the tax information, everything goes in there. So it will be able to actually become useful, because if you are using AI and it sounds like AI slop every time for you, the reason for that is because it doesn't know anything better. It doesn't know who you are, what you do, what you need. It cannot answer you with the information that will actually be beneficial to you. So in here, for example, I have Pareto Talent SOPs. This is a list of everything that we decided on, how we are scoring applicants, how we are analyzing final projects, what is the final project, all of that. So I just go in here, I go through export, and I will do markdown in here and just download this file with all of the SOPs together. Now, in order for us to populate this, we go ahead and we just drag and drop it in here. This is more about me. In my case, for example, this is how I used to do that. So this is the stupid way. I now understand. I saw that I'm very smart, that I populated a folder, and in here I called it Ivan Knowledge and just populated all of the files that I frequently drag and drop in my ChatGPT, and so that I do it in intelligent way. So in here I have my voice that I was developing with AI. I have some personal on everything on insurance and so on. So I can go ahead and take that and drop that into my Claude as well in here, right? hey, here is the SOP for Pareto Talent. I want you to break it down. I want you to create markdown files for that, so we'll be able to actually utilize that. And I also populate my voice, so you'll be able to enhance my identity and create markdown on my voice as well. Okay, now, not Claude, Obsidian. How do we use Obsidian in all of this? So if you have Obsidian installed, then you should see something like this. You should see this this screen over here. If you don't, if you already have Obsidian before, then you click down here, Manage Vaults, and in here you will see either Create New Vault or Open Folder as a Vault. And this is what we want. We want to open folder as a vault. So Open, and I go and find my folder that I just created. Second Brain 3, Open. And because of the way it was built, it's already Obsidian friendly. It already has links, it's already ready to go. So then you will see that it's already cross-connected in here, right? The rest of this connection is just you populating more context, more data, more information to AI, so then it understands more. There's a couple of ways to do this. Again, OMI, Phantom recordings, your emails if you want. You can do all of this and put it directly in here. I don't recommend to do all of the emails. I tried it. Bad idea, trust me. Once AI will get flooded with all of your spam, then it's a mess. And if you want to create a filter of AI that AI will check if it's spam or not, you will burn through credits so fast you won't even believe it. It will just start analyzing every single email for you. And like I received close to like 300-500 a day, and it's like a bit too much. So you want to like prevent that, right? The way to do that the intelligent way is create a dedicated email using Zapier or NA10 to which you will be forwarding the emails that are important. So you create a Zapier email, forward it there, and you have a Zapier loop that basically whenever you have a new email coming in, it analyzes the email, it creates markdown file, puts it in the right place in the folder. So if you want to do the emails, that's the right way for this. Okay, yeah, let's do some questions. Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, so I have a question. I don't want to derail this, but I would be very
Please.
interested to see how you're using ClickUp with this. Not right now, because I don't want to derail the conversation. That's for another time, perhaps. But ClickUp is something that I used last year, and then I didn't use it for the time that I was hospitalized and bedridden. So now I'm getting back into it, but knowing what I know now is a lot different than what I used it before, because now you can integrate it with AI, you can integrate it with this whole workflow. So just curious about that later on. I just wanted to bring that up really quick because I have a very, very high interest for something like that.
Nice, sure, thank you. Yeah, yeah, we'll touch that in a second. I will just collect requests and then we can show them. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, I love the unlock with putting this on in Google Drive, because when I was setting this all up for the first time a few weeks ago, that's where my head was, just so you could access it anywhere.
No one found it. So here is that like I have YouTube channel like separately, but I didn't post it there. But no one found this yet for some reason. I haven't seen anyone doing that. Maybe we'll find somebody. But I think this is the idea. This is the perfect scenario where it's living on the cloud. Especially for the teams, this is the biggest unlock, because now every team that you have, they can have access to the shared drive. So they can have the same conversation, the same quality conversations that you have with Claude, they can have. And whatever they update on their end, whatever files they generate, you see that and you benefit from that as well. So that's where magic lives, in my opinion. Yeah, Jason, you had any other additional question? Yeah.
Well, no, just have you run in? The reason I didn't was because there were a handful of people out there talking about the I guess the sync issues potentially between your local Google Drive with the cloud and things like that, and then if you try to access it.
Here's like, if you will have sync issues, it will be the best problem of your life, to be honest. Here's why. It means that your team is so active and they're so good, then you guys are working in like together on the same project all the time. So that means that you're doing something well, and this is where you will start introducing the different SOPs where you guys work together on projects or you take pauses. And this problem is true for any sort of app or anything that you work together on. Google Slides, Google Docs, ClickUp, etc., you can interfere with each other and have the same problem. So this is not just like leaving for that. I haven't had this problem yet. And I think like one of the reasons for that is because your Google Drive, you can have it set up where it syncs every couple of minutes or it syncs automatically immediately. And in majority of cases, my team uses Claude for context, so they're not creating or modifying files. If that makes sense. So it doesn't influence it as much. And once your context is like that big, then it doesn't really like matter. So as long as you are not building literally the same doc together in the same second, it shouldn't be a problem. But again, this is a problem that I haven't yet had, so I'm not sure I'm the most qualified to answer it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Wayne.
So this wasn't my initial question, but I have two questions, I guess. Doesn't Obsidian have their own kind of cloud or sync? I haven't got to it yet, but don't they have some service like that?
So in Obsidian, Obsidian has plugins and a ton of them. So I recommend you to explore them. Here's the thing: I'm not like Power Obsidian user. I'm using Obsidian only like with the second brain setup. But Obsidian does have a secondary plugin that it has, and it syncs between different accounts together as well. But in my opinion, I like the Google Drive idea a little bit better. But I believe you can make it work directly with Obsidian plugin as well.
And for the Google Drive, you need to have it still synced up with your local computer, right? With your machine?
Yeah. So for that to work, that's again the best way. And again, part of the reason I wanted when I was building it for myself, why I wanted it on Google Drive. So whenever I'm on the phone, I don't need like dispatch for co-work or something like that. I can just open Google Drive and search for my passport information if needed. For every single thing. And last thing that the reason I was doing that this way is because it's model and AI tool agnostic. So my Google Drive is my Google Drive, and if ChatGPT tomorrow becomes the most hottest thing in the world, I disconnect Claude and connect ChatGPT to my Google Drive, and so on. So that way you are not dependent on any LLM or any one tool, because all Google Drive is just a cloud for your files. It's the whole function for it. Right. Yeah. Brendan.
You're breaking up. Is he breaking up for me also, for everybody else?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I was saying that the only thing that Google Drive does really is just acts as a cloud for your files. That's it. And that's why it's tool agnostic. You connect it to anything you want.
Okay.
So I like this idea more.
Just because we're on the same topic, and then just to clear it up, you said
Sure.
Don't use a company drive just because you're going to lose all your personal stuff if, heaven forbid, you sell the company or something. And so you're setting it up. Did you set up two versions, one for your personal and then one for business?
Yeah. And I started with Pareto Talent. I will be building that for every single business we have. So the reason for having it separately is so my team has access to Pareto Talent and everything in there without having to get access to my personal files, like my passport information or my taxes. I don't need my team to have access to that, but I would love Claude to have access to that. So I will be able to benefit from this, right? Like I was mentioning to Kasim, Claude did pre-calculate and help me to catch all of my taxes, because it has information on all of the revenue and all of the things in there. I throw everything in, and it was able just to tell me, hey, here is like the check that you will get. I still like ran through Jason. They still like prepared the taxes, but it was $100 off what I needed to pay. Yeah, Brendan.
Brandon, you're up.
Yeah. So is this for like just teams building the second brain, or is it like an army of one? I have people I communicate on my team with in Upwork, and I've got my ads guy. I'll send him a text every now and then, right? But everything lives in my iCloud drive right now, or notebook, or notes or reminders. And part two question is if I'm building this for the future of where I may sell my business down the line and SOPs and having an EA down the line, would I move everything from my iCloud drive over to Google Drive to make it simple and get that set up before starting this?
Okay, so I don't believe in army of one, and that's why we launched Pareto Talent, because I believe in army of two, if that makes sense. So I believe in you and your right hand.
Yep.
Because I think, again, entrepreneurs need to come up with the ideas, with the strategies, with the tactics, and have somebody else execute them, because otherwise, if you again have ADHD, then you will get bored really quickly and you will not execute. Rather than that, you want somebody who will execute, and you will just like roll and populate even more ideas. That's at least my experience working for Kasim for the last 6 years, before we became business partners.
Has it been 6 years?
Since 2018. Oh, no, more.
Wow.
8 years.
8 years. 6 years I was employee. 2 years we were partners.
I still think of it as an employee, so it's okay.
Yeah, I would, to be honest, I wouldn't use like Apple Cloud and so on. There is one simple reason for that. It's because Google has Google Cloud or Google Console, and Google Console allows you to connect any of the Google products via API to anything you want. This is something that no other major provider has, where basically you can build, and you want to build an app for yourself, like vibe code an app that does your email calendar, connects to the LinkedIn and so on. Try doing that with Apple, you won't be able to. But with Google, you can. So that's why Google is the main thing, and that's why we were talking with customers as well. Google will be the hostess thing once they will actually release their like powerful.
Sorry, Ivan, can you say that again exactly? That connection.
Yeah. So Google has something called Google Console, right? I'm not sure who here used it. This is more like a tool for more like developer, but because of that, Google allows you to create APIs for almost everything. So if you go to console Google. So console.cloud.google and log in here. Let me try that one. Okay. Okay, I don't know my password apparently. Okay, I know my password. Okay. So in here, you will see that I already have a project for my second brain in here. So what I can do now, I can go ahead and choose what are the APIs that I want to enable and then connect to any of my vibe coded app. Do I want to have it access my Google Drive? Do I want to have it access my Gmail, or do I want it to have access to Google Maps or whatever it is, right? So you can go in library in here, and these are all of the tools that Google has open API for. So literally anything. That's one of the biggest advantages of using Google. And that's why you can easily connect Google to all of these AI tools, because Google allows them to easily connect. For example, if you are using Google, in your Claude Code, you can go to settings, connectors, customize.
Yeah, Ivan, on the main screen, they moved it under customize up there.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and in here, you can go ahead and connect any of your tools that you want. So you click plus connectors, and you can connect literally anything. You want Gmail, you can connect Gmail right here. And now your AI can read your emails, can answer your emails, can do whatever you want. It can connect to Zapier, to everything else. So I have it connected to my Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Slack, Stripe. So it knows exactly how much money came in today, yesterday, last week, and so on. And answering the question that we got about ClickUp, it can connect to the ClickUp. And then in ClickUp, it can do all of these different actions for you. It can find people, it can create tasks, it can create projects, it can get tasks, it can get lists. So if you're already using ClickUp and you have calls and emails and OMI, you can ask Claude, hey Claude, surface to me whatever I need to work on right now and populate my ClickUp with the task and assign them to the correct team member based on your information that you got about people in my second brain. It will go ahead and do that for you.
Have you had any situation where like anything has been deleted by the connection of like giving
No.
cloud?
No,
So, like,
no, I haven't.
is the fear of that? Has anybody experienced like connecting?
So my like what I'm doing with the second brain thing is that I do backup once a month. And I've done 2 backups so far because it's brand new thing for me. So I go ahead, and because it's like this second brain, it's not too big. Like here, if I go into the second brain, this is for myself, right? Get info. The whole folder is half a gigabyte of files. Because it's primarily markdown files. Like in my personal one is bigger because I populated their actual like contracts and files. This is for the company one, it's 300 megabytes. It's all of the markdowns, SOPs, and so on. It's 2,200 calls. 2,200 of your calls is 300 megabytes.
But when we connected, aren't we connecting like the whole Google Drive to everything that we have inside Google Drive with Claude?
No.
Yes,
you select the folder. So yeah. So that's the point of what we've done the setup with the Google is that once I go to Claude in here, whenever you create a new session, in here you select a single folder that you want it to work in.
But how does it reference, like your files in Google?
I don't reference my whole files. I don't need to.
Okay.
You can do that if you want. You can do that. So you can literally go ahead and select in here open folder, and I can select my whole drive in here.
Yeah.
The problem with the whole drive is your whole drive is not interconnected, segregated by topic with the proper subfolders and etc. So Claude will start populating all of this context in. It will try reading your PDFs that have image and not text in there. It will start like looping in, trying to OCR it, and it will be a mess. That's why you need a clear structure. You want to parse it. That's why whatever files you want to upload to your second brain, to your actual second brain, you don't just drag and drop them in the Google Drive. The way you do that is the way that I just showed it in here. I drag my files in the chat in Claude, and I let it decide on what to put where. And this is how you keep it light yet super powerful, right?
Yeah.
So in here it went ahead, broke everything down into so all of the SOPs, remember that I drop it one file, it created multiples of files depending on the actual use case. So now whenever it will need to interconnect it or understand what it is, it will be able to. Awesome. Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, so quick question for you, and this is not like one thing is better than the other. This is your experience of what you've seen so far. So it seems like you use Claude Desktop a good bit. Have you had any experiences using something like an IDE like VS Code or Anti-Gravity or something like that? And if
it
you
will work the same.
Is it so? But you prefer the Claude Desktop, and I'm asking out of a distilled down to simplification, because whenever I mention VS Code or Anti-Gravity, I think people get a little overwhelmed. That's the theme I'm seeing, and so it seems like you could do everything I do in an IDE inside of Claude Desktop. It's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. So yes and no. We have a business partner, Nuno Tavares. He's hosting a full Claude Code workshop, which will go for 5 days starting June 1st. Where he teaches people how to use VS Code, how to install agents, how to install skills directly in all of that. So he's the technical guy. I'm the operations guy who have, again, 10 people working for us in Pareto and another 15 working in architects and so on. So the problem that I found is that if you want your team to start using that, I want to be able to share my screen and show, you click here. It's like this Claude Code view in my desktop, it's still too complicated. I would love it to be like even more simple, to be honest. But I try to make it like easier. The other thing is that you don't even need Claude Code, to be honest. Claude Code, I'm using that because I have like Max version and Pro version and so on. Claude Cowork is more than enough. Because Claude Cowork can work in project and you can choose different folder and you can still choose your second brain that you just built in here. Here you go, right? And now Claude Cowork will be able to do similar things like, hey, what's my mentor name? just again to show that it connects and all. But it can perform actions for you. It can still help you to maintain second brain. So you don't even need like anything too deep in there, right? In the recruitment references, if you store this all, I stored it in the folder that I gave you access to. Can you please check if you can read that, please? I need to ensure that it's pushed the file, actually, not just created the structure. But it can, again, connect the same way. Here we go. Right. And then it can interact. And in Cloud Cowork, this is where I would do majority of your like actual work. So now if you want to like have tasks created in ClickUp or do everything else, like connectors in here directly, connect it right here, and then you can start like populating that in here. Like, hey, can you please message Ampi that my mentor's name is Kasim? In Slack, please. Because it's connected to my Slack, it can go ahead and start interacting with my business. It can pull numbers from Stripe. It can send emails based on my knowledge base, based on my actual information. So you see, like the information comes in, goes in your second brain, and then through Cowork, it comes out and does actions for you. But again, I'm not doing it agentically right now. I'm doing it more manually. But you can have it agentically as well, where based on the trigger, based on the webhook, based on schedule, based on whatever you want, it goes ahead and interacts on your behalf, right? And then it goes ahead, it found Ampi, it found the channel, it goes ahead and sends her the message, right? And you can like act without asking, and then it's even further, right? So yeah, answering your question, yeah, to be honest, like for this, it doesn't matter. It's not as like hard as technical as complicated, in my opinion.
Thank you for answering. That was exactly what I was looking for, because Grant, who's usually in these calls, he kind of uses Claude Cowork or Dispatch. I have not used Dispatch yet, but it seems like this is really nice because you can have this same, I use this same structure setup that you're doing here now. And so it seems like you have that same thing, but you have it connected to a more user friendly way of doing it. And it's also more streamlined to the phone as well, too, via the Dispatch. So.
Yeah, we have again the team plan for our like Pareto talent team where we have our like 10 people together and all of them do different things. Some of them more technical, some of them less technical. Like Ampi burns through all of the credits and I just had to purchase additional $50 worth of credits for her because like of the everything that she does. But someone else opens chat and has no idea how it works. So you need to onboard them and so on. So I try to simplify it so it's easier for us to actually use these tools, because the thing that I see with AI, and this is a big problem, AI is very cool, very impressive. No one uses it. No one makes money on this. People who make money on AI are teaching AI, and tell me how I know, because we sold out for tomorrow. So that's why, again, the gap is to actually utilize this in operations, in your routine for the team. So you want to have it simple. Yeah. Awesome. Kasim, you paid me for an hour.
He said in the chat that he has an issue he's dealing with, so he's
okay. You paid me for 2 hours now. I will send him an invoice. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to go through?
Well, if I could, Ivan, I just wanted to share
please.
because I do a lot of this as well, what you talked about today, and I just wanted to respond because of what Jacob asked. I use anti-gravity and Codex. And there are advantages if you're comfortable or are willing to get comfortable using it that way. There are advantages because one of the things that allows you to do, as long as you're working on the same data, I use a GitHub repo, which I can sync and use wherever I go, meaning whatever other tool or AI I'm using. And so basically one of the things I like about it is that you can have multiple conversations or sessions going on with anti-gravity itself, which uses Gemini and Claude, or with Claude as an extension, as well as with your actual terminal, if you're comfortable enough to use the terminal. You can be doing have them all going at the same time, and I do that. So that's one of the reasons I like it, but it's not for everybody. Ivan's point is well taken. It's just for some people, it's better just to stick with it in the desktop app.
Yeah. So answering your question, not answering your question, but to add into what you just mentioned, Cloud Cowork and Cloud Code, both of them can have multiple sessions in here in the desktop as well. And that's something pretty cool. That's like if let's say I have a session in here, let's try to drop something in here. disregard that. Let's say in here, I got a proposal from someone. So I will take that, I will go right here, and let's say I will drop that in here and ask it, hey, can you please distill this and populate this as my second brain? Just something so it is a bit bigger, and then I can create new session, choose the same folder, and drop different like SOPs as well. Hey, did we already populate this SOP? So now you see like both of these sessions will be running simultaneously as well. Again, the benefits on autography and everything, you can have it simultaneously like on the screen, you can like relocate that, push that around and so on. So there are benefits obviously, but it's again, depends on how much into Jarvis we want to play. That's like, in my case, for majority of cases, this is like more than enough. And usually if I do some heavy work, I don't do it on one machine. I have a second laptop in here that I can run another Claude code logged into the same account that does like one thing in here. So it uses the actual processing power of a different machine. So I don't have to do everything directly in here, right? Awesome. Yeah, Jacob.
So Qasim's back now.
Yeah, sorry guys, I had a fire.
That's okay. I was just gonna say, because you were here for an hour for the allotment, if you do training in the future that involves ClickUp, I am very interested. So if you could send me anything, if you do,
I hate to say this, we can't do it because I looked in ClickUp and I can't find my affiliate link. So it just doesn't make any sense. I'm joking. No, we'll put one on the calendar. I think that makes sense.
Let me, because I don't know
have
if
an
I'm the
affiliate
only
link
person.
I can give you.
No, not Stacy's. If it has to be my affiliate link.
Oh man, we got
Okay.
the affiliate link wars. They over there flagging. God, nerds
affiliate
gang
wars.
banging over affiliate
So,
links.
so you guys know I've already signed up for ClickUp. I've been using ClickUp as a CRM.
Here we go,
let
there
me-
you go.
It's already there, so the war is over. But Yvonne, so I'm just curious, like how you use it with this system as a CRM. Like, what's the
Once you have the information pop in here, let's say we have this SOP, right? And let's say it doesn't know this, right? So what I can do right now, because I have ClickUp connected in here, so plus connectors, checking if I got ClickUp. Here you go. Let me mention like open loophole for those of you that will be interested in that. You see Copilot Money app. So Copilot is an app that acts as an aggregator. So you can connect your Chase Interactive Broker, your Discovery cards, everything to there. And then Copilot has an API key, so you can build an MCP that you can connect to Claude. So now all of your budget, all of your transactions automatically marked from multiple banks together in one thing. I won't be doing any previews of that for obvious reasons, but it's pretty cool. Now, ClickUp, let's go back. Let's say I have this SOP in here, file, right? I have connector to the ClickUp right now. So I have operations workspace, and under operations, I can ask it to create something. So, hey, now based on the SOP that you have in your second brain, I would like to create a project template inside of my ClickUp. I want it to be a list that will be living under the operations space under projects folder. I want you to create this list based on our scoring SOP. So you would create tasks with descriptions for each of the tasks, with interconnection on dependencies between them. So later on, I will be able to transform this list into a template. So because it's already connected to my ClickUp user connector, and it's SSO, so you basically click connector in ClickUp and it asks you, yeah, login, and you're done. So there is nothing technical in there because it's native connector within the Claude, right? Because it's now connected to that, it can go ahead, get my workspace hierarchy, understand where it needs to live. It then goes back to my second brain, reads my SOP, finds the exact process that I mentioned, and so on. That way you can do it like manually. You can interact with your information versus ClickUp, right? So that's more of a manual way. The automated way would involve Cowork, where you can build scheduled tasks, where you tell Cowork that, hey, every morning at 9 a.m., I want you to scan all of my calls from yesterday, parse them through my goals, and create a new task in my ClickUp with 3 priorities for today. And then it goes and does that. It goes to your second brain. If you connected everything correctly, it finds your 3 most recent calls, extracts action items, populates that in the ClickUp. You can have, again, more agentic, less agentic, depends on how comfortable you are with like full layout automation. I usually like to trigger that myself. Like in Claude Cowork, I will show you in a second how to do it. So here, it found now the everything here. Now let me go back. So in here, you see template, application scoring. So it wasn't here before. And now it goes ahead and populates it live for us in here. You can do the same with the assignment, with the due dates. You can ask it to do vice versa. Hey, analyze my ClickUp based on whatever we have, based on the comments. I want you to parse the comments, create markdown, log it into my second brain. And now with each file that I open, you will see that with each task, it will actually go ahead and populate checklists, everything that I have in my SOP inside of the second brain. So ClickUp, in my opinion, becomes not the project management. Like Claude kills the need for ClickUp. It only uses ClickUp to log information, but to your day-to-day work, you don't really like need that. Yeah, in here, rubrics for the scoring, how we score everything and so on. So that's the way I would use ClickUp, but to be honest, like our team, and then yeah, I remember I mentioned the dependencies and the interconnections, so it goes ahead and does all of that right now as well.
Thank you very much. That was very generous that you went through all that. I guess the biggest unlock for today was, and you're absolutely crushing all this, too. This is insane. Is the fact that you record the calls. And to me, it just sounds like if you had a pipeline in CRM, like ClickUp, you could just have an automation or Claude, hey, I just had this phone call, go extract all the information we talked about and put them into a pipeline for a nurture sequence. What can I say back to them? Like whatever you want to customize it, right? Yeah. But that just sounds like that to me. It sounds like a really good way to do. Yesterday, Joel was on the call, and it seems like he does very good with nurturing, following up, and messaging people and writing letters and stuff. It just seems like that's a big benefit to me. So thank you very much for going through all that.
Absolutely. If you already have, let me show you. If you already have 2,200 calls in your Fathom, and now you are thinking to yourself, how the heck do I get all of them back into my Claude? There is an very easy way to do that. You basically go create a session and tell Claude, hey, I want you to write a terminal prompt that would allow me to fetch all of my calls from Fathom using API key, analyze Fathom documentation, and I will provide you with the API key, so I will be able to run it in the terminal. I want to fetch 100 of my most recent calls and populate them in the same folder that we have for the second brain. So it will be able to execute a terminal command for you. And now in your Fathom, if you go into the settings, if you go down, where you have API access, I have way too many, you create add new, generate API key in here. And then you provide this API key in your terminal once it writes the command. And you don't even have to write anything. So it will write itself a command. It will check the documentation. You just provide the API key and you fetch it directly. So you don't even need NA10 or Zapier. It just from terminal directly to the Fathom, download all of them in Markdown format, and you're good to go. So that's how I backpopulated again. 2,200. It was a bit like I waited for 15 minutes. It was way too much of my time.
Wow, this is incredible. Thank you again. I don't want to take up any more time. This has been very generous.
Hey, real quick, I want to pop in there. Yeah, this is good, Ivan. Thank you. You may already know how to do it, but I shared in there with the chat. I actually have Claude Code agents communicating with each other between different computers and within a session right there. If anybody's interested, it took me a lot of pain and time, but
nice
screenshot there. So if anybody's interested, and I'm still working the kinks, and they get to fighting with each other. So I call my M3 Max, it's like BMW M3 and the 5 to M5, and it like M5's like tell M3 it needs to catch up, kind of a thing. Like they get sarcastic and everything. So it can be done if anybody's interested.
So that's insane. Yeah, I'm again. I have a second brain. I'm not having a third brain yet for another Claude Code. So once I reach that, but yeah, I'm just showing you again how it goes ahead and writes the whole like Python code for you to execute to populate everything from the Fathom directly. So it can recordings ID, everything, and the structure. So that's the quickest way. And then again, it wrote that. So now you just execute that and populate your API key here. that's it, and you're done, and you're connected like 100 calls immediately. Again, in this case, I told it to download 100 because I thought about actually executing it right now. But on the other hand, I will. We already leaked our coupon code for 100%. I don't want to leak all of my calls with the API key. Okay, Kasim, wrap it up.
How was that, y'all?
Dope.
Good, bad, and different. Do you see why I'm rich?
That was really good.
Yvonne does all the work. I make promises, he keeps them. It's a hell of an arrangement.
It's the affiliate links, huh?
Yeah, it's just that and the affiliate links. That's exactly right. No, man, he's been a blessing to have as a partner, and he figures shit like this out all the time. So I'm really excited about the workshop tomorrow. This will be the first time that we're running it. If you're watching this live and you want to come to the workshop, I'll go ahead and drop the link into the live stream. We'd love to have you. It's $97. And if you don't walk away with a working, functional second brain, then we refund your money 100%, no questions asked. We have guests on all the time. Like Yvonne, if you have a guest that you'd like to suggest, if you'd like to be a guest, please reach out. We'd love to host you. If you're a member of the council and you'd like to guest, we'd love to have you too. Wayne, somebody suggested that maybe you come and guest and teach us about affiliate links. Yvonne, I always do this with all of our guests. I turn the tables. We have a hell of a brain trust here. A lot of really powerful people, capable of a lot. What do you need? What's an unlock for you? How can we help you?
I created amazing video, and I want you all to watch it. And subscribe if you like it. If you don't like it, don't subscribe.
Where are you dropping it?
I dropped here in chat.
Okay, that's great.
That's my passion project. Awesome. It was a pleasure. I will go do the daily duty.
Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget, the Daily Sigh is brought to you by Pareto Talent. Yvonne and I find the greatest in Latin American talent. We find them, we train them, we place them with overwhelmed entrepreneurs. It takes over 1,000 applicants to produce one right hand. They're AI enabled. We maintain the employer of record. We continue to train them over time. I would love, 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 love to place a right hand with you or with somebody you know. So if somebody's looking for a person to help with the overwhelm, to build their second brain, to execute on what's in the second brain, reach out to us. Go to paretotalent.com. You will be booking with me personally. I'll match you personally according to 3 levels of analysis: hard skills, soft skills, personality test. It's a proprietary matching mechanism that Yvonne built, by the way. And fun fact, Yvonne started as my EA. So I think he and I are a perfect example of what's possible when you have somebody that you work with really well together.
For 8 years.
For 8 years. Yeah, 8 years, dude. We're going on a decade, man.
No, I mean, like, if you want
longer than my first marriage, potentially. Sad, but true.
I like that you already refer to it as a first marriage, not that marriage.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have a second marriage. I've already, as I mentioned earlier, I've already isolated the young lady. What was it?
You're locked in.
I'm locked in. If you're watching this and you want the Daily Sigh delivered to you, you can get daily and/or weekly updates to dailysigh.ai. You can always join us live on the Zoom, the way that Buddy did today. Buddy, thanks for being here. Wasim's new. Daniel's new. Who else is new? I think those are all the newbies. And for those of you that continue to come, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate you. We go live every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern. I think this is the best free mastermind on the planet, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anybody else that's given away this much value and has yet to ask a dime. It's coming. I'm fattening up the hogs before I slaughter them. I'm just kidding. This was launched because I was overwhelmed and I wanted to hang out with people. What am I forgetting, guys? That was good on the housekeeping, right? Oh, if you're here and you're new, we have a private WhatsApp community that's only available and accessible to the people that show up live. I'm going to drop that link for you here. You can join the WhatsApp community. We've had some extraordinary conversations. There's actually one going on right now that's blowing my mind. Brandon's talking about SEO and all that fun stuff. So here is that link. Otherwise, tomorrow, who do we have coming to the side tomorrow? Dmitry Smirnov is coming. He's going to talk about building a focused investment thesis using data. And then on Friday, we have Jeff Hayes, who's one of the greatest documentary filmmakers in the world. And yeah, we got a hell of an all-star lineup. Yvonne, what were you going to say?
based on what I know about Dmitry, he probably like done a lot of things right with all of this Hormuz crisis and everything.
Dude, I followed Dimitri's. I shared my E-Trade publicly because I'm an idiot. I'm
Of course.
I know. I'm just an open book. I'll tell you right now. I am at, so that's $1.2 million in E-Trade.
Yeah.
I'm up 88%. And
on what? On the whole
80% of
portfolio?
my trades are Dimitri. It's Dimitri, you, and Perry Belcher. Those are the three people that have given me stock tips.
Do you still have NVAX?
I'll tell you.
Or did you close it?
I still have NVAX. I'm up $3,800.
Keep it. No, keep it until 14,000%.
Yeah,
okay.
you told me that. All right. Anyway, dude, this was awesome. Appreciate you a lot. Everybody else, high fives. See y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Peace.